I refused to take my wife's niece and nephew out of foster care even though we're their last hope. So my wife Emma got this call from her sister's lawyer asking if we'd be willing to take in her 2 kids who've been in foster care for over a year. Emma immediately said yes, without even talking to me first. I was like, hold up, we need to discuss this. Here's the crazy backstory. Last October, Emma's sister Rachel was living in a 1-bedroom camper with her husband, his mom, 6 dogs, and 2 kids. A 5-year-old boy and 13-year-old girl all crammed into this tiny space. Someone called child services, and when they showed up, the place was apparently disgusting. At first, we thought it was just a temporary thing. You know, they'd find a proper apartment, get rid of some dogs, and get the kids back. Emma and I even helped out. We gave them $5,000 for a deposit and first few months rent on a real place. That's when everything went completely sideways. The kids got tested for drugs and both came back positive for marijuana. High levels. Rachel swears they only smoked outside, but the levels were way too high for just secondhand smoke. She basically admitted they probably gave the kids edibles or something. But wait, it gets worse. Turns out Rachel's husband forgot to register as a sex offender. Yeah, you heard that right. He's supposed to check in regularly because he got convicted for sleeping with a 15-year-old when he was 20. The girl apparently lied about her age, but in Washington state, that's not a legal defense. So now he's facing new charges for failure to register. The kids are still in foster care, and the lawyer is asking family members to step up. Rachel's husband's dad said absolutely not. Emma's parents said hell no. That leaves us. Emma keeps saying it's the right thing to do and that the kids have nowhere else to go. She's like, they're family. We have to help them. But I'm thinking, we chose not to have kids for a reason. We like our quiet life, our freedom, our money, and our bank account. The really scary part is Emma wants Rachel to stay involved in the kids' lives, which probably means we'd end up supporting her financially too. Like we'd become parents overnight and also have to deal with their mess of a mother visiting all the time. The judge wants us to get approved through New York's child services since that's where we live. We'd need our own lawyer, background checks, the whole thing. And there's no guarantee we'd even get approved. Last week at the court hearing, the lawyer laid out all our options. Emma was nodding along like it was already decided. I sat there thinking about how our entire life would change. No more spontaneous trips, no more sleeping in on weekends, no more having money for ourselves. After we left the courthouse, Emma goes, I know you're scared, but this is what family does. These kids need us. I told her I wasn't scared. I just didn't want to do it. She got all quiet and said I was being selfish. The next court date is in February, where the judge will decide what happens next. Emma thinks we should start the approval process now, but I keep stalling. I feel terrible that these kids are stuck in the system, but I also don't want to ruin our life to save theirs. Emma's been giving me the silent treatment for 3 days now,